January 1st, 2016, at approximately 12:49 in the morning, as a result of a 911 call, State Police, the Town of Crawford Police Department, as well as other area agencies, responded to 55 Paddock Drive in the Town of Crawford for a reported stabbing. The stabbing occurred at a residence during a large New Year's Eve party. Investigation there determined that Justin E. Speights, 20 years old, of Scotchtown, was stabbed multiple times and subsequently died. Justin was a graduate of Pine Bush High School and a 4-year firefighter at the Silver Lake Fire Department. Since January 1st, we have followed up on over 300 leads. We've conducted over 250 interviews, executed numerous search warrants both in New York and in New Jersey, and have forensically examined in excess of 40 electronic devices. In total, we have secured over 150 items of physical evidence. Yesterday afternoon, on December 8th, we arrested Juantae Brown, age 20, of Spring Valley, New York, for the homicide of Justin Speights. He was charged with murder in the 2nd degree, processed here at SP Middletown, taken to the Town of Crawford, where he was arraigned before Town Justice Brian Kulak, and remanded to the Orange County Jail without bail. We would like to thank Chief Blasco, Town of Crawford Police Department, District Attorney David Hoovler, Orange County District Attorney's Office, the Orange County Sheriff's Department, the Village of Spring Valley Police Department, the Town of Ramapo Police Department, the Westwood, New Jersey Police Department, the SUNY Delhi Police Department, and the Silver Lake, Pine Bush, Bullville, and Circleville Fire Departments. We'd also like to thank the Speights family, as well as the Silver Lake Fire Department, for their patience, cooperation, and understanding during this lengthy investigation. Thank you. Questions?
Where was he arrested?
I was arrested at SUNY Delhi. Steve?
How long, can you explain the process, how long, why it took, I guess, 12 months almost to make this arrest, and how you identified Mr. Brown as the person of interest, shall we say?
Obviously, homicide investigations are most enjoyed when they're closed quickly. In this particular case, there were in excess of 200 people throughout this party. The magnitude of what took place over the course of the year is very difficult to describe. As we said, we examined over 40 electronic devices, going through video that we obtained at the party, frame by frame, different angles. It took a lot of time. With the interviews that we did, pieced together with the different agencies, eventually we were able to bring this case to fruition, and here's where we're at.
Did you by any chance get any information from anybody specifically targeting Mr. Brown?
Excuse me?
Did you get specifically any specific information from anybody at the party who said he's the guy who did it?
We're not discussing the actual what was said, what the interviews detailed, but there were numerous interviews at the party of people that attended.
With all the work you've put in, how gratifying is it that you've now wrapped this up?
I think, speaking for all the agencies involved, it's extremely gratifying.
How far into the investigation did Mr. Brown become a person of interest / suspect?
I can't particularly say when exactly the suspect was developed. I can't say that, during the course of the investigation, it took a long time to develop any suspects. And the investigation went on, and here's where we are.
How crucial is it?
Sorry, you said you wouldn't speak about what was said in the interviews, but there was a reward offered for somebody who offered information that led to the arrest and conviction. Is there somebody who's in the running for an award for offering information?
With regards to the award, that's something that the Silver Lake Fire Department is handling. We have no involvement with the award.
Any priors? Does the suspect have any prior arrests?
We don't discuss the criminal history of any of our defendants.
Do you know the nature of the argument that led up to the stabbing?
I'm not sure there was an argument. I'm not quite sure.
You don't know what happened in the fight to cause the fight?
The fight.
that led to this? We were told that there was a fight, that Justin was maybe trying to break up or whatever.
The party was obviously attended by close to 200 people. Throughout the course of the party, there was reported skirmishes here and there within that party. During the course of that party, it was reported that Justin was breaking up a fight and subsequently was stabbed.
So there's no evidence of there being a particular argument or anything that
At this point, we're not going to get involved in what evidence we have as far as what exists at this point.
How crucial was the arrest of two gentlemen that was charged with tampering with physical evidence leading to the arrest of Mr. Brown?
That was an aspect of the investigation. Obviously, any arrest that we make is an important part of the case, but that was just an aspect of the investigation.
I'll just address the court process and a few things that I think are worthy that needs to be said. Obviously, you heard the Major talk about the magnitude of this investigation. I can't express my personal thanks enough to the New York State Police and all the law enforcement agencies involved, including the town of Crawford. I don't think most of you sitting here understand the dedication and effort that the New York State Police and the law enforcement officers involved in this investigation put into this case. The Major told you about the number of interviews, the number of warrants, the sheer number of police departments that were thanked. And somebody made a comment about why did it take so long. Well, it took so long because that's how long it took, because we want to be right. And I want to be able to say here at this time that the officers that investigated this case, and many of them are along the wall back there, there's many that are not here now, it is literally thousands of hours of investigation. We have never done a case in this county where we have undergone the number of electronic devices that we have examined, the number of man hours that have been put into this case. So, to the people of this county, your law enforcement here is second to none. And bringing this case to this point, they have done a miraculous job getting it here. It'll now be the part of the district attorney's office to prosecute this case. What happens next is the defendant has been charged in this case. The prosecution has 144 hours to secure an indictment in this matter. The case will be heard next week, obviously in the town of Crawford. And if an indictment is filed, the court will be notified, and then the case will be sent to county court in the normal course of business, where in county court, on the first appearance, there will be an arraignment where the defendant will have an opportunity to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. And if at that time, as most defendants will, a plea of not guilty will be entered, the case will be set down for a conference date, and then later for motions and hearings, and it will proceed in the normal course of how our actions proceed in county court. The investigation is still going on. And I believe it's important for the media, I believe it's important for the people out there. There's over 250 interviews conducted in this case. I believe there's still people out there that have information that's useful to this case. And if you do, then call the New York State Police, because we're still investigating, we're still proceeding. We will do that up until there is a trial or this case is resolved, because that's what we do in every case. But again, from my standpoint as district attorney, I have to stand up here, and I'm immensely proud that we're able to get this case to this point, and it would not have happened without the diligent, the tireless work of the New York State Police, and it's all of them, including the other agencies that have been involved, and also one agency that was not mentioned that I want to extend my personal thanks to is the Broward County, Florida Sheriff's Office. It was not mentioned, but they were involved in it too.